What is up, guys? My name is Level Up Tech and welcome back to a brand new video. Today is October 14th and yes, tomorrow is obviously October 15th. Also, tomorrow is Google's event in which they are going to be unveiling the Google Pixel 4. Yes, the Google Pixel 4 is going to be unveiled tomorrow, and in today's video, I'm going to be going into what we're going to be seeing with the phone tomorrow in the event, so let's just get right into that. So the first thing I am going to talk about is the price and release date of this phone. So when it comes to the release date, it's obviously going to be unveiled tomorrow, October 15th, but it's likely that the Pixel 4 and 4 XL will both be released early November, similar to the past years when it comes to getting the phone out there to all the consumers. And when it comes to price, it'll likely that both of the phones will be around the $1,000 range. So the Pixel 4, the regular, will most likely be priced from about $900 to about $1,000, and the 4 XL will likely be $1,000 or above, and we'll probably also see multiple different storage capacities offered at different prices with the 64GB and the 128GB models. Next, when it comes to the design of this phone, we obviously know what the back of this phone is going to look like, considering the fact... Hate you, Windows. Anyway, we're going to know exactly what the back of this phone is going to look like, considering the fact that Google themselves literally put out a picture back in June that shows the back of the phone. So this is confirmed info right here. We got the little Google logo at the bottom here, and then for the camera, we have a little square camera bump there, and I'm gonna get more into that in a minute here. So that back design right there is confirmed by Google. They sent it out to the internet and it's there. But when it comes to the front of the phone, we're not exactly sure. It's not totally clear what the front of this phone is going to look like. But rumors have speculated that it's going to have a very small chin at the bottom, and then the forehead at the top will be a little thicker so we can fit all of that jazz up in there. And I'm actually going to get into that right now, which leads me to the cameras. So obviously on the front of the phone, we're going to have a front-facing camera, and right in the center of the forehead we have the audio port. So this will be used for making calls, and most likely when you're watching videos, listening to music, any type of media like that, the sound will not only be fired from the bottom or top of the phone, wherever the speaker is for that, but it'll also be fired from the front of the phone where that audio port is. So that'll add a nice little extra bit of sound there. And basically the rest of this forehead is dedicated to Google's new Face Unlock. So Google's Face Unlock is pretty much going to be like Apple's Face ID. It's going to be just as secure. It's going to be pretty much the exact same thing, and Google's moving more towards that. And I don't think there's going to be a fingerprint in this phone. So no unlocking your phone with your fingerprint. It's gonna be all Face ID stuff, just like Apple's phones. So that'll be interesting to see what Google can do with that. Next, moving into the Pixel 4's display. So the regular Pixel 4 will have a 5.7 inch screen, and the 4 XL will have a 6.3 inch screen. And the most interesting and intriguing part of the display is that Google will most likely be implementing a 90Hz refresh rate display. We've seen this in the OnePlus phones like the OnePlus 7 Pro, and it just makes the display smoother overall, and it makes it look super good. And it's going to be interesting to see what Google does with this. And getting into the specs next. Now, Google hasn't really done the best on their specifications with their phones, but they're really bumping it up this year. So in the Google Pixel 4, it's going to have the top-end Snapdragon 855 chipset along with 6GB of RAM. And I emphasize the 6 gigabytes of RAM because Google has had a lot of RAM management issues with their older phones, especially the Pixel 3. The Pixel 3 only had 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it really limited the phone, if you ask me. The RAM management wasn't really the best, and you couldn't really keep too many apps open in the background. You couldn't multitask as easily, and I feel like it just made the phone slower overall. So giving the Pixel 4 this extra 2 gigabytes of RAM, I think will really boost up the performance of this phone so you can multitask easier and everything like that. And it's also going to be nice to see the Snapdragon 855 in the phone, a very powerful chipset that's been included in all of the Android flagships this year. When it comes to the battery, the Pixel 4 is most likely going to have a 2800 milliamp hour battery, and the XL will have a 3700 milliamp hour battery. So I think this is where I'm gonna be wrapping up the video here. It's pretty amazing to me that we basically learned to figure out everything about phones before they even get released. I don't know if that's really done on purpose, but back in the day, like when phones used to come out, we didn't know anything about the phone. They would just come out, we'd be like, whoa, a new phone, and then we'd go get it and everything. But nowadays we know literally everything about the phone before it comes out, and that's just amazing to me. But I am really excited for the Pixel 4. It seems to be on track to be a really good phone, pretty solid, and we're just gonna have to see what Google has in store for us. So if you want to tune into the event tomorrow, I'm sure it'll be live streamed on YouTube, so you can check it out on there. But anyway, that's about all I have for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.